Okay, so I was looking back at the last video, and I don't even know why I really uploaded it, because it was close, but only because I played like ass. I didn't even notice that afterburner thing in that turn where he only had 2 damage counters, and he would have had to do that to retreat himself. So that was kind of stupid. I probably could have gotten an extra prize that way. So I apologize for playing like ass. I also, you know, took a couple suggestions to heart. Took out the Fisherman's, put Super Rods instead. That way, if I really need to put energy back in the deck, I can. Otherwise, it doesn't make much sense to have Sunfloras out on the field with nothing to pull out of the deck, unless I can use Super Rods to put some of the things I need back into the deck. So I figured, you know, swap out the Fisherman for Super Rods. Funny how I still have that whole fishing thing going on in a grass deck, but whatever. This game is weird. This game is really weird because first off, this little like rage-worthy moment where he takes like fucking forever to decide what side of the coin he wants to pick. But I actually played this guy earlier tonight, and he got really fucking lucky against my water deck. Like, I was just pulling the shittiest hand, and on top of that, he turns out to be a freaking luck-sucking noob. Well, not necessarily noob. How lucky he gets in the middle is crazy. Crazy lucky. But I see Thundurus and I see Zekrom, so I'm like, okay, this is it. This looks like a different deck. This might be like an electric deck based on Pikachu. Run Pikachu and Raichu with electric if you really want to. Zekrom's a good option. Thundurus is not really, well, you know, you can run that too. It's not the best one, but they're solid options. I don't know. I just see them different things together. They're all good options is what I'm trying to say, but you just don't really see those all together in the same deck. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and Pecom out one of my jump lefts. I really don't have a use for it. What I really could have done is Pecom out for a Skiploom, but I'm actually just going to go ahead and shuffle out this hand anyway. I want to get that Sun Current out of harm's way so I can actually use it. But this is pretty cool because I do have a, what do I have? I have the Rare Candy and the Jump Left in my hand, so I don't think I'm actually going to Eek on this turn. But what I decide, do I Eek? I Eek out like a fool, don't I? Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. Oh, there we go. There's the Jump Left and the Rare Candy anyway. So I think that was what I was going to point out. That I was like, oh no, I eked out. I was really just looking into getting some evolutions and stuff, just in case I wasn't going to be able to do this shit. But it kind of worked out in that I got him. You know, I would have been safe not eking that turn, just because he didn't have enough energy on it anyway. I don't know, just little things I think about. But I can use the Pokemon collector right here, and it turns out I don't have any more Hoppips besides those, and I find that a little weird. But I don't really need Tropius right now, or maybe one of my Grass Energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Junk Arm out for that Pecom, get myself a Sun... Well, I guess I'm going to Rare Candy first. It really doesn't matter what order I decide to do this in. But get my Rare Candy to go from a Hoppip up to a Jumpluff. Put an energy on, because that's what you do. And then Junk Arm out the Shelmet, or the Tropius. I think it's a Tropius, and either a Shelmet or a Grass Energy. I can use Super Rod to put back either when I draw into one of the 3 that I have in this deck, so not that bad. What is my main thing here? I'm just kind of waiting for him to do this thing. Pecom out the remaining Pokemon I got with Collector for a Sunflora, and then if I have both of my Sunfloras, I'm looking and I don't, so kind of a stupid thing, but at least I have the one Sunflora, and then depending on how good I draw into in terms of prizes, I can get the other one. The second Sunflora, man, always in the damn prizes. I don't know. That's not really kind of a lucky thing. But the other thing I'm actually going to go ahead and do is get a... Do I get the Skiploom? Maybe I just get the Shelmet, because I think I might have put that Hoppip down pretty recently, but whatever. Eking out for a new hand, because that's all I can really do, just come into some better cards. And then if Cleffa, you know, just ends up dying, whatever, if it ends up staying asleep, whatever. What I'm really waiting for him to do right now is Thundurus has 110 HP. So I'm not sure if he really knows how Jumpluff operates, or he just doesn't have another Pokemon in his hand, but I'm waiting for him to put down another one, just so I can get within mass attack range of killing it. And there's this very back and forth thing coming up that happens in a little bit as a result of it. But what happened? So I guess I Pecom out for a... What the hell do I Pecom out for? I definitely could have evolved it right there. I guess a Skiploom, and then I can always use... Oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm fucking smart. Oh my god. God forbid I actually play decent. But Junk Arming out the Catcher and probably the Grass Energy. I didn't really have a need for the Catcher, to be honest. But Junk Arming out for a Rare Candy to get my second Jumpluff up real early. And then it turns out I can actually just use Sunflora's ability to go for the Acceligor. Oh my god. I was almost on my A game for once. That was That was a pretty decent play. But now, since I've exhausted my hand, I'm just going to go ahead and eke out again. Clef is really being a big help. Thing is now I draw into, like, almost all of my skip looms. I think I might have one more skip loom, and if I do, it's probably in my prize card. So that'll make excellent junk arm fodder or what have you, things like that, except I think I've already used one or two of them. Another thing I'm kind of noticing that we'll end up seeing a lot of in this game, but his Victini coin. I would like one of those. I don't know where you get those, but I don't like the Arceus ones. So looking to see if there's anything I can revive after something dies. There's not really anything worth mentioning. And then those are the only Pokemon that I can pull from my deck, so it's like, that kind of sucks. But turn ends right there, and he's just kind of getting his Thundurus and shit set up in the background. Since I have two jump lefts, the instant he kills off my Cleffa, then, you know, I can go in and then kill off a Thundurus and then potentially a Zekrom with... It'll probably take all three of my Pokemon to kill off two of his. But other than that, the Pikachu and the Petilil will be sitting ducks, and I can set up the bench pretty easy again with the one fucking Accelagor I had, because everything else is prized. But... just based on those two kills, I might actually end up being able to draw into one of the things that I was missing. So, not that bad. I'm really hoping I can draw into a Super Rod, too, just to get back some of that junk arm shit. But he's going to go for Team Rocket's Trickery, and I was like, discard an energy? Wait, why don't I discard one of my 3 skip looms that I'm not using at the moment because of rare candies and stuff? So... it puts out another Thundurus, and that is exactly what I was waiting for. That means there are 11 Pokemon on the field. 10 times 11 is 110. That is the amount of HP that Thundurus has, and my Cleffa wakes up right on time. So gonna get out of there, hit him with a Mass Attack for 110 damage, and then that claims me my my first prize. Now here's that back and forth thing I was talking about. Also a lol, 4th skip loom. But he's gonna send in his Zekrom, take me out with a Bolt Strike. But the thing is now that takes Ad out, that actually just leaves him open to being killed, you know, revenge killed immediately with another Mass Attack. Since there are 9 Pokemon on the field, Zekrom has 130 HP. He did 40 to himself with the Bolt Strike, meaning that it is even the exact amount that I'm going to do to him, but I put 10 more because overkill and because, you know, getting a Accelagor set up pretty early is pretty nice. So I'm also kind of pulling that jump left on the off chance I can pull a Hoppip as my next prize. But the Mass Attack takes out the Zekrom, and all of a sudden his field has his side of the field has no energy on it, rather. And I also come into my next jump left, so as soon as something dies, I can get my 3rd jump left good to go. And then if I get the Super Rod, I can put that all the way back in and get Sunflower to do it better. So I could also use Flower Shop Ladies in this deck if I really wanted to. That could be pretty interesting as well. I think Super Rod is probably going to be the better option just because it's junk armable and whatnot, but I suppose late game it wouldn't be too terrible of an idea. I just don't see it used often, probably just because Super Rod is superior. So he sends in Pikachu, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to kill off everything that stands in my way until whatever. We're fine. We're chugging along great. And then there's my second Sunflora. Thankfully, it's not in that bottom right prize card that it has been for like the past 6, 7, 8 games that I've used this deck. I know I've used it in a lot, and then that Sunflora just ends up in like the bottom 2 for some reason. It's ridiculous. But the thing I'm noticing right here is that my Accelagors are both at full health, and I can take any single one of his, as long as he doesn't have a plus power, I can take a Disaster Volt and live with 10 HP. So what I'm actually going to do is get out of here, go into the Accelagor. I also have the Super Rod right here, but I guess I just don't really feel the need to use it, you know, just because I don't have any space on the bench to start setting up anything. I already have the one thing I want to set up in my hand as is anyway. I mean, I have the Hoppip and I have the Rare Candy. We're fantastic. We're good to go. But the instant he hits me with another Disaster Volt, I will just switch out to the other Accelagor and take him out, and then he only has the Petilil. And then that should be the end of the game, right? Right? Well, spoilers. It's not. I really don't know. But just going to retreat because there's not really much I can do in here. I guess he didn't have another energy to attack me with. So there's another Slashing Strike with the dual Accelagors, and then there's another Hoppip. So I have 2 Hoppips, 3 Skiplooms, and 2 Jump Lefts. I'm not in a shortage of Pokemon at all. The one thing I'm probably in a shortage of is energy, but that's probably just the way my deck is arranged at the moment. So he's got stuff in his discard piles, whatever. Now this Petilil, let me tell you a little something about this fucking Petilil. This Petilil nails so many heads on the stun spore. That's one. Okay. That means that this game would have been over right now because he doesn't have anything on his side of the field. I'm like, okay, you know, he's going to fish for that a little bit. That's fine. I'll just end my turn right here. And then I'll kill him off next turn, so no big deal. And then it turns out I don't actually think he has anything in his hand at this point, and he paralyzes me again. I'm like, okay, 2 for 2. You're doing pretty good. I still can't do anything, so I'm just going to end my turn again. And I'm looking at my deck, and I'm like, If he gets 12 more heads in a row, that's really, really unlikely. But if I end up losing, that's going to suck. So it turns out he had a bill in his hand, or he just drew into a bill or something. I guess he's just looking for more basic Pokemon to put down. Or he was kind of expecting to lose at this point. Maybe, I don't know. But he keeps going for Stun Spore. And there's a fucking third one. Now, I don't know if it's as many as I thought it was in my head, like at the time. I remember it was a lot. It felt like a lot, rather, because I was like, this should have been over 3 turns ago. What are you doing? So, my Celigor's just in here just fucking being a cripple, I guess. I have no idea. And I can kill that off with the slashings. I can kill it off with just about anything easy. And then, you know, if somehow he gets another Pokemon set up in the background while I'm paralyzed, I just have 2 more prizes. He has 5 to take. We should be fine. We should, in theory, be completely fine. But we're not. Because I'm just like, you know, I'm getting paralyzed. I've been paralyzed, what, 1, 2, 3 times in a row? And then as soon as he figures out, he gets his life priorities in order, I suppose. Okay, so right there I paused for a little bit because I didn't know when he was going to do it. But if you saw my Celigor on its side again, that means I got paralyzed a 4th time. Like, he was taking forever for that. But 4 times in a row. Game should have been over 4 turns ago. And then he pulls another one, which is like 5. I'm like, okay, this is some crazy shit going on right now. And I have no idea what you're doing. Your hand's getting pretty big. My hand's getting pretty big. And my deck is actually running lower than his. So I need to pull like a Professor Oak, or I just need to stop getting paralyzed, plain and simple. Like, at this point, I almost thought he was cheating, like with like a client-side like program to like manipulate his coin flips or some shit like that. Because it actually got him to the point where he played down the basic Pokemon, that, which was like, why didn't you put these down earlier? Like, if you had them already. I know you didn't draw into both of these at the same time. So, are you just doing it to piss me off, or what? Like, that's the only explanation I have for that, that he just did it to straight up piss me off. It's because of that this video is a little bit longer. But he's gotten 5 heads in a row with Stun Spore. And wouldn't you fucking know it, there's the 6th one. Right there. Right there's the gigantic fuck you that I needed, you know, to put all those cards back into my deck. You know, the Professor Oak's New Theory. I think I only run 2 of those in this deck, too, so I'm pretty glad I didn't use both of them. I also get a Super Rod as well, and I'm actually just going to use that to put a full Hoppip line back into my deck, just to have 3 more cards, you know, 3 more fuck yous in case he decides to luck sack some more with that kind of stuff. But 6 heads with Stun Spore. Oh, holy shit. And it turns out he's getting more Pokemon set up on his side of the bench, too. And spoilers, he actually gets more set up. And you know what that means? That means he paralyzes me again. So why don't we just count off number 7 preemptively? Because, believe it or not, he's going to get it. So there's number 7. And I'm just like, what the fuck? I don't have anything to put energy on. And it's like, I can't do anything. Like, a Celigor's this fast bug. And I was considering typing to him, like, you're getting pretty lucky there. Or I was flat out going to accuse him of cheating after 7 heads. But I don't know. I don't want to jump the gun if there's anything like that out there. But I honestly probably would have been okay with triple Eviolite over this. Because this was some infuriating shit, to say the least. But it finally switches out after 7 Stun Spores working his way. And it gets his bench set up. I'm like, this is pretty fucking ridiculous. But I don't think he actually ends up killing this thing off, because he doesn't have enough energy to benefit with Lantern, if you guys remember what Lantern does for my videos. But he's only got 70, so I'm going to retreat, get out of here, go into my other Celigor, because he does not have enough energy to be OHKO'd, or Pokemon on the field to be OHKO'd by Jump Bluff. So I got that freshest Celigor, which can take a couple of hits as well. Oh, shit, excuse me. I had to burp again. But turns out, you know, he gets the Raichu evolved, and then I think he puts down a Snorlax somewhere along the line, which is like, how does this deck even work for you? How do you even have 90? How do you have more than 9 wins? Like, what? Whatever. So, Slashing Strike takes out the Lantern, gives me my second to last prize. Very well deserved after God knows how long that was. And then he can revenge kill my Celigor fairly easily, and then just put things on the bench wherever the fuck he wants to. But he's got enough to T-Bolt, because this is the weaker of the 2 Raichus. Only takes 2, but does 100. Raichu Prime takes 3, but does 120. So that's pretty handy with plus powers and shit to get that 130 magic number for those pretty strong legendary Pokemon. But he goes for Cheerleader's Cheer, and lets him draw 3, lets me draw 1, and I'm just like, whatever. And then he has Slowpoke, too. I'm like, what does that... And Snorlax, like, how did this game even drag out this long against this shit? Fucking Stun Spore, man. Ridiculous. So, what I've decided to do here is I'm just going to send in Cleffa, because free treat and whatnot. But I'm going to put down that Hoppip on the bench, and what I want to do is I want to kill off something big with something even bigger. I'm pretty pissed off at this point. I'm going to let them know. So I'm going to Junk Arm out for the catchers. Benches are fully loaded. That means my Jumpluff is going to be doing 120 damage. So I'm going to bring out that stupid Snorlax and then kill it off with the Mass Attack for the win. So took a little bit longer. Sorry if it wasn't really that entertaining. I kind of found the whole stun sport thing in the middle just to be absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, that's the game. So would have flowed a little bit better, but I got stopped by a basic. How does that even happen? Whatever. If you guys enjoyed, you're welcome to leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. I will have better games up. I have a pretty good Lost World and a pretty good electric deck backed up on my desktop. Everything left on my desktop is good games. This is Saturday night, and I figured I'd try to record some more. And then this happened. So you get this first, and then you get the good stuff later. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Bye. See you tomorrow. Third Wednesday. I'll see you when I see you.